People, how y'all doing, man? This is DJ. Today is Thursday. As you can see by the name and the hat, who I am. Yeah, it's me. So, yeah, bro. This Charlie Kirk thing is getting out of hand. Like, I get it. Beloved guy by a select amount of people, or a select group of people, I should say. But yeah, this ain't cool, bro. Like, this is affecting people's lives more than it should. I ain't trying to be funny, but this is one man, one life, and if it's gonna be like that, it needs to be like that for everybody. That's all I'm saying, bro. I ain't even trying to be funny, but it's like, if you even comment on the dude's situation, even in a quote-unquote negative way, like, you getting canceled. Like, Jimmy Kimmel's show got canceled and taken off ABC because he made a comment about it that people didn't like. That's crazy. It's not right. That's not okay, bro. It's not okay at all. And it contradicts the whole point of what you're saying that people shouldn't do. He got shot for having an opinion, Charlie Kirk. But now people have their opinion of him, and they're getting their shows canceled. Bro, man, Jimmy Kimmel been on live, and I don't even know Jimmy Kimmel like that. But Jimmy been on live, or been on TV, Jimmy Kimmel live on TV for decades. And y'all tripping because he made a comment about Trump's response to the death of Charlie Kirk. Like, come on, bro. That's not even okay. I wouldn't even want to go back to ABC once they do their thing when they apologize. What's going on, German? What's poppin', bro? How you doing, man? These people crazy. What's going on, Rob? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for y'all views and y'all likes. I appreciate that. Helps me out. Yeah, I just think that's weird, man. Like, what was the point of saying something about somebody shooting him for his opinion if y'all gonna do the same thing for people having an opinion? It contradicts everything. It's dumb. You doing good, German? That's good. It's good to hear some good news, man. Rob said you cancel culture everywhere. It is, bro. It's so dumb at this point. Like, it holds no merit. Like, really. It's like, what's the point of being able to say anything if you're gonna get a punishment for it or reprimanded for it? This Charlie Kirk situation is getting out of hand. It's gotten out of hand. Jackson Dennis, what's going on, says, how the heck are you on this fine blessed day? You look radiant and hella dope. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. You crazy. I'm gonna have to skip it. I'm sorry. I gotta skip that one. That was crazy. I was with you at first, but you start talking crazy. I'm sorry. You ain't slipped that much. Rob said, if I may ask how your mom's, man, she doing good. And thank y'all for stopping by, whether you're hanging out or dipping out. If you don't mind hitting the like button, I appreciate it. It helps me out. I'm an honest guy, neutral opinion. And I just gotta keep it 100. Some people don't like what I say, but I'm on the honest side. I'm not for dude, I ain't against dude. I'm on the honest side. And the honest side is, you treat people right when you're alive, they're gonna honor you when you're dead. And they're not honoring him by canceling people's shows if they have an opinion about it. Like, that's not honoring him. That's like putting blasphemy behind what he believes in, because at that point it's like a dictatorship. If you say anything against him, if you say anything against him, you're getting canceled. You know what I'm saying? That ain't cool. Rob, you might have to do your thing, bro. You might have to do your thing. Check the chat, bro. That shit crazy. Anyway, man, it's all type of craziness going on, traffic and all. But anyway, sorry, y'all. Thank you, Rob. Rob said, not trying to troll on you, my brother. Oh no, I appreciate you, bro. She's doing good. Thank you for watching the video and liking it and all that, man. She did great. She did great. It was fun. It was a nice look at things. It was very fun. I appreciate her for participating like that. You know what I mean? She ain't have to do that, so I'm thankful. Taco Bell has a decades Y2K menu, so I'm gonna check it out and see what we're gonna get from here and get back to it. Y'all can stay on if you want. I ain't gonna hold you. Rock said, by chance, is she a wrestling fan? Nah, she's not, bro. She's not. And Charlie, German said, Charlie Kirk still got this much power 6 feet under. Man, I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's literally crazy. All right, y'all, let's see what they got here. Take out decades menu. See what they got. Not gonna buy nothing that I miss. So yeah. Just grabbing a little bite to eat real quick. Said, sorry, Charlie is no MLK or Malcolm X. They keep comparing them to MLK and Malcolm X. Don't know why. It's totally two different things. It's three different things. So I never understood that, but whatever. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. Can I get the cheesy double beef burrito? And can I get a couple of nacho cheese sauce? Can you make sure they fill up the cup? Can you make sure they fill up the cup? Yeah. Thanks. Guess that's it. Yeah, so.
Will that be right here too?
To go.
And can you get your name for that?
DJ.
It's gonna be $4.05.
It may not be everybody's opinion, but like I said, I'm on the honest side, so nothing's worth killing over at all. Thank you.
Sorry.
It's all right. Thank you. You'd be surprised, like you get to know more and more people, you start noticing they may be on one side of the spectrum and you may be on another. What Germans say, good luck on the toilet. Well, fortunately, stuff like that doesn't happen to me, man. I think I'm immune to it. I don't really have those problems when it comes to that type of food, so maybe that's why I eat it so much. I love Mexican food and Mexican American food, so you know, it's my thing. But yeah, man, I just don't agree with people's views on it to where it's contradicting what you started with. If you're gonna crucify people for having an opinion to where they killed a man, then what's the point of doing the same thing with people having an opinion about somebody's response to something? You're basically killing their character or killing what they have going for them in a different way, because it's basically saying either you're gonna like it or you're not gonna like it. If you don't like it, then you're gonna get canceled. If you do like it, then you're on board. That's not right. Rob said Tina Turner. Yes, Lord. What you know about Tina Turner, Rob? I mean, I know you about 48, but you still should know about Tina Turner. I've been taken for a knee. Yeah, I already got some other stuff to go with this, so I ain't gonna need much. Man, they charging $1 for some cheese. Better be cool. What's love got to do with it? So, but all I'm gonna say is, no matter what you believe in, no matter how you feel about any situation, if you have to go through drastic measures to try to prove your point, like murder or hate speeches or defamation of character, anything like that, then that means you probably shouldn't. That's not something you should be into. It's contradicting, and it's very bad for the soul, for the spirit, for the mind, for all that. I just saw some yesterday. Now, this might ruffle some feathers too, so I'm gonna say it over here. But this man got killed in broad daylight by this officer, right? Now the difference is, he was a brother. He got killed by a white officer. But the man kept antagonizing the officer. The man kept walking up to him. Now the officer has his gun drawn, right? He has his gun drawn saying, stop, hold back, all that. And the guy just kept walking up to him. I didn't know if he was drunk. I didn't know if he was high. Either way, you're posing yourself as a threat. And you know how that be going, bro. So how could you get mad at the officer for defending himself if this man keeps walking up to him like he want to box? You should have known something was wrong when he wanted to box against somebody with an actual gun in their hand. Now, I don't agree with the killing of him. He should have just literally just shot him in the leg, in the arm or something. But you can't take a chance with people. Don't give people a reason to do something stupid, because then it's gonna make it look like it's your fault. What's up, Maddo? What's going on, bro? Welcome to the chat. Thank you for your view and hitting the like button, sir. German said, I saw some crazy people that compare Charlie Kirk with Jesus. Bruh, that's what I'm saying. They're comparing him to Martin Luther King Jr., to Malcolm X, to Gandhi, to Jesus. At that point, it's like you're really reaching. Because what has that man actually really did? Like, seriously, what did he actually do to... Thank you, brother. Hey, what did he actually do to help out the society as it is? Did he really just like build monuments in the honor of people unifying together? Or did he just talk shit to a lot of people and make people feel small if they had an opposing opinion? But that's what I saw. I saw several debates with him and several people, and I'm not gonna lie, he was talking to everybody wet. But when it came to them black folks, he was talking to them like they was stupid. I'm sorry. He was like that with the black folks. I'm sorry. The person might be like, no, he ain't. No, bro, he was. He was on that with black people. Whether people want to admit it or not, it is what it is, bro. Ain't nobody even looking for nothing. It's just like, I watched it and I was just like, dang. So what's worse is it's not just him. Like, I can see if it was him challenging people. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for hitting the like button, Maddo. I can see if it was just him challenging people. But he had like a whole cult of people around him that would make the person that's challenging him feel stupid. It's almost like they were paid to be there as an entourage. And that's what makes it so much worse. That's what makes it so much worse. It's like, fight your own battles then if that's the case. If you're not gonna fight your own battles, then don't come at people like that. That's all I'm saying. It ain't right. Because now it's not the person versus you. It's the person versus you and all your cult members. You see what I'm saying? And everybody can't handle pressure like that. Some of them folded. Some of them were so worried about the crowd and hecklers and all that. But others were staying strong to what they, felt. And they kept it going. I applaud them. Because I feel like if you have to seek validation from people around you or make somebody feel small, that means your point has no base. Your point doesn't make sense. You're just talking, just to talk. You know what I'm saying? So if it's like that, that's not right. Like, that's not right at all. Nobody should have to go through that. And if you have to do all that, that makes you a bully. And nobody likes bullies, bro. You wonder why people want them dead, bro. I mean, you're bullying people with your power. It's crazy. That's like he doing now. Like German said, 6 feet under, still got all that power. You talk bad on Charlie Kirk's name, your stuff getting canceled. I don't care if you Jimmy Kimmel. And I didn't think somebody like Jimmy Kimmel could get off live. They took him off. If they gonna take him off, he definitely taking anybody else off. They're like, yeah. If you talk against him, you're done. Rob said, by chance, did you watch any Dragon Ball Super? No, I haven't seen it, Rob. I've seen Tournament of Power. That's the last thing I watched. German said Charlie just talks shit all day on Twitter. See, that's the type of thing I'm talking about. And Matto said Charlie be wildin'. That's what I'm talking about, bro. If you talk wet online to other people who talk wet online, that's gonna make people like that look for you. They looking for IP addresses. They looking for events that you're gonna be at. If you're gonna call people an idiot and just insult their intelligence because they have an opinion against you, I don't care if they even talking. I don't care if they talking like, I don't know, to where it doesn't make sense. Where they actually is to where it's like, okay, no, you're actually not making sense. There's still a way of doing things where you get people acclimated to the talk of like, okay, I'm not gonna make you feel stupid, but I'm gonna correct you in the areas where you need to be corrected. He wasn't doing that. He was like scoffing at the idea of anybody even challenging his ideas. And you're never gonna get anywhere like that, bro. The fact that he's my age, we're both 31, and you threw it away because you want to get popular off of going to campuses and challenging people, bro, making them feel dumb, telling them what they're doing is stupid. That's not cool. Like, if you gotta do all that, then you ain't really talking about that. That's my opinion. Change the world, make the world a better place if that's what you're trying to do. But like what you're doing right now, it ain't cutting it, and it didn't. It left a sour taste in people's mouths. And you fighting for these people and saying all these things where those same kind of people don't like you. They hate you. You know what I'm saying? MAGA, all that. Same type of people, they don't like you. Rob said, speaking of right or wrong, that's a song by DMX. That's what's up, Rob. Low-key, my brother Cypher, you don't look 31. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I don't feel 31. I feel like I've been 30 for a long time, but I feel like once I turned 31, it just jumped some years. I feel like I was just 26. You know what I'm saying? But that's the good thing about age and wisdom. If it goes hand in hand, it will reflect in your appearance as well. And if you're an older person with no wisdom, you're gonna look like an older person with no wisdom. But if you're an older person with wisdom, you're gonna look naturally younger. That's the science behind it. So appreciate that from all y'all. But yeah, man, I just think that's wild, and I just want people to understand that there's so many people online now defending themselves with this whole Charlie Kirk thing. People that I know, people I'm related to, people I'm friends with, they're defending themselves online, like Facebook or whatever. And what's up, Core? Amen. Those are wise words. Thank you, Core. I appreciate you for watching and hitting the like button. Thank you. I have people like defend that to where they feel like they have to say, well, I'm not saying I agree with him. I just say I like some of the things he said. I agree with some of the things he said, but not all the things he said. You don't have to like explain yourself to somebody that presents himself as a narcissist. If you agree with some, that's like most people. That's pretty much with most people in the world. You're gonna agree with some of the things, but not all of the things. You know what I'm saying? Like, the next person next to me might be like, you know what? The sky is blue, nachos are good, lobster is bad, tasty. I can do a 100-mile run in 2 minutes, and also Martin Luther King Jr. was dumb. I agree with 2 out of the 5 things that person just said. That's the regular person. Same thing with Charlie Kirk. He's just another guy. I agree with some of the things he said because it was true. But most of the stuff he said and the way he said it was either deflective or just plain out wrong, to where it's like, okay, you're looking at stats. You're a stat guy. You're one of the ones that like look at the stats and be like, oh, 1 million people move from Illinois to Tennessee. Okay, that means like 9 people every 20 minutes leave Illinois. It's like, I get what you're saying stat-wise, but realistically, no, that doesn't happen. You know, he's one of them people. So when he talks about certain subjects, it goes all over the place, because a person is trying to bring realism to him, and he would bring statistics to them. You can't fight realism with statistics. It's never going to be a very blown conclusion, because you're going to be going back and forth. That's like saying science versus religion. You're not going to have a conclusive ending, because there's so many variables. It's 2 different things entirely. Mel said they punished Ava for her Charlie comments. She had like a minute of TV time on NXT on Tuesday. That's wild. That's crazy. I know Ava said something about Charlie Kirk, but I didn't think WWE was going to fall in line like that. They folded by doing that. That's crazy. And you know what? At the same time, I will say that I will commend WWE for that, because they are supposed to be on them about political answers and opinions, just like they would about Black Lives Matter, and suspending people for that. So at that same token, I understand, but the reason behind it is still messed up. I don't like that. I think that's messed up. And like she said, nothing crazy. Like, I hate them. She just said, if you treat people right when you're alive, they'll respect you and honor you when you're dead. Pretty much. That's all she said. That's one of the most neutral things you can ever say about somebody that just died. Easy. Rob said P.J. sentencing on October 3rd. Okay. Grim Destroyer. Oh, I appreciate being wise, but not being myself or living up to my potential. Amen. first of all, thank you for watching and hitting the like button. And second, I will tell you this. As far as you being wise, that's something that comes in time, but it's not something that can't be gained. So if you focus yourself on yourself and your thinking, you can be as wise as you want to be, even with age. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type that can fit in any crowd if I want, because I'm young enough to be with younger people, but I'm older enough to be with the older people because I have enough wisdom to. So as long as you're confident within yourself, because confidence is half of the battle. Knowing stuff and having the knowledge is the other half, but confidence is the other half. Because if you can know so much in the world, but if you're not sure, then how do you really know it? You know what I'm saying? You have to understand yourself and know that you're telling yourself the truth and you're being completely honest with yourself. That's the only way you'll ever learn and you'll ever know, for sure. Rob said, let Ava say something about P. Diddy. Right. Right, let that happen, right? And Mal said ABC is putting on a special tribute show for Charlie and Jimmy's air slot tomorrow night. Are you serious? On Friday night, are you serious? Oh my gosh. Bruh. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Let's be 100, bro, for like 1 minute. Like, for real. Let's be 100, bro. Of course, because if you're not sure, you won't have the confidence you need. Facts. Exactly. Thank you. Facts. You have to be sure. You don't have to be cocky, but you have to be confident. You have to understand yourself and the situation. And most people fail in that, and then they just start talking about nothing. The end result is nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't be successful with nothing, right? So that's funny. It's funny that that's a thing and that happens in today's society, but it shouldn't. That's the worst part. It's some, you have to understand and be able to hear other people. That was one of my biggest problems before. I wasn't hearing other people. I just was hearing what I had to say, and it's good to know what you have to say and hear yourself. But you have to be open to other people's suggestions and opinions, because you're not going to know everything. You're not going to know everything. And everything's not just going to come to you easily. Some stuff you have to learn from others to understand other things that's even more important, or that branch off of that idea. That's how you understand actual people. And by doing that, you'll get further in life, because now you can understand people that most people can't, or just brush off like, well, I don't even know that we're not in the same category, so it's up. So, let me see. So, yeah, man. Let me see where I'm at. Sorry, y'all. Let me go somewhere. And I appreciate that, Corey. You hit it right on the money, bro. You hit it right on the money. I appreciate that. Because that's what it's all about. All right. Let's see where we at. A little cramped up here, but it's cool. Rob said, where you off to, brother? Cypher? Man, I'm about to get back to work here in a minute. I'm on break right now, but I'm about to get back to work here in a minute. Mal says, oh, LOL, I'm just glad this took some shine off Raja Jackson. No, for real. They were getting too racial on Raja. Man, they was waiting for it. And that's the point I made last time. If that's the case with Raja, the same thing with him. Some people try to make it seem like this is just one of those things where it's not a racial thing. But it definitely ends up being, because you're being racial against people that have opinions. And with those opinions, that always gets taken into consideration. If a black person does something to a white person in a messed up way, the hatred is doubled. I can guarantee you the hatred is doubled. If a white person does something messed up to a black person, I can promise you the hatred is doubled. So a person can't say that race is not a part of it. It's definitely a part of it. It has no choice but to be a part of it. It's always going to be a part of it. It's always going to be aware, because that's the thing that you have. If you got a racist situation going on, even if it's not racist, even if it's just a regular situation and different races are involved, it's going to naturally turn into that. You feel what I'm saying? It's going to naturally turn into that. If it's black on white, it's racial. If it's white on black, it's racial. Period. It shouldn't be, but that's how it is. That's how it's going to be perceived. And that's why I gave that example about the shooting earlier, is because stuff like that happens every day, and it's like nobody looks at the moments. All they see was this person got killed by this person. Well, what made them shoot them? Oh, well, they did this and this and that. Well, that's why. This person killed this person. Oh, what made them shoot him? Because they did all this and that. Everything, every cause has an effect. And I'm not trying to be preachy to y'all. I'm not trying to tell y'all something that y'all don't already know. I'm just trying to say that the things that people won't talk about. That's why I'm here. And the reality is, realism is the best ism if you really want to be 100. All this leftism, rightism, all that BS, realism is what you should focus on, because realism involves everybody. Everybody's equal in realism. Everybody's understandable in realism. A lot of people don't like to look at realism because it's too real. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's too real. A lot of people like to put race on other races, not admitting or coming to the fact that, yeah, you can be racial too, depending on what it is. So you have to look at it from all angles. All angles. Mike, what's going on? Charlie Kirk was evil, only evil would mourn. And see, and that's my point exactly. And thank you for the chat, and thank you for hitting the like button. I appreciate all y'all. Like I said, whether you're hanging out or dipping out, if you don't mind hitting the like button, that helps me out. I appreciate it. The fact that this person right here, Mike, just said that Charlie Kirk was evil and that only evil people would mourn is an example of what I mean by, if you're not being the best person you can be while you're alive, you are going to get crucified when you die. If I'm known for being a complete a-hole while I'm alive, you think people are going to mourn me just because I died? Are you serious? If I did all these bad things to all these people, made all these people feel this way, you think people are going to root for me and have videos of me going to heaven just because I died? No, people die every day. People got family members that die. I can guarantee you, I'm sure, the same day Charlie Kirk died, so many other people died at that same day, maybe even the same moment. There's no memorial, there's no special, there's no cancels, there's none of that, because their life isn't as valued to the public eye as somebody like Charlie Kirk. Life is valued more when you're a celebrity, or if you have the right political views, but if you're just a regular person, then your life doesn't matter enough. It doesn't matter. And that's insane. That's not right. It's wrong. Choo Mara, what's going on? R.I.P. Charlie, he didn't deserve to be taken like that in front of his family. Now look at this. Thank you for, and I'm glad y'all putting these comments in, because I want everybody to see these examples. Before I get to that, I'll just pass the other one. Let me make sure I didn't overlook it. Kirk said, I feel like the internet took away some of that ability to get to realism with algorithms and whatnot. Exactly, because you know what happened right after he died? And my algorithm, when I went to my Facebook Reels, and even Instagram, TikTok, whatever, all you saw was these speeches from Charlie Kirk. That's how I realized he got killed. I never seen him before, heard of him. It was just flooded in my algorithm. I can be looking at cooking videos, and all of a sudden you'll see Charlie Kirk. But it'll be videos supporting him, like in the good light of Charlie Kirk. It'll be him debating somebody and making them look stupid. It'll be him having the right opinion. It'll be having him look like he's good in the public. It never showed him being destroyed on the mic. It never showed people proving him wrong. It always showed things that made him look better. That's exactly what Kirk's talking about. The algorithm will do that depending on what they're going for. A person might be like, well, my videos aren't doing well. I'm talking about this and this and that. And if you look it up, it'll say, oh, well, if it doesn't fit the algorithm, it might not get no views. It may not do this or that. No, y'all deep in the internet over YouTube and all that, y'all control who gets views. You can deny it all you want. The proof is in the pudding. You control who gets views, you control who be able to share content and who gets to play videos on their stuff without getting taken down. Y'all control all that. Y'all control the narrative. So you can't lie and say that's not the case. There's always somebody in control. There's no robot, there's no algorithm. There is somebody in charge who is manipulating the algorithm with everything we do. That's why I get ads randomly saying, "Are you 31 and love music? You should apply to this." I'm like, how do they even know I'm 31? How do they know I like music? That doesn't make sense. It's random because my information's on that site or in that app to where they target that demographic of people within that algorithm. It's all set up, period. So instead of just admitting it and let's going forward, people want to deny it and act like you're just not working hard enough. It's a lie. It's a lie. Shaman SCST, what's going on, Shaman? Welcome to the chat. Please hit that like button. I appreciate you. Said feel so bad for his kids, but that's about it. And I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty much where I was when I heard what happened. I felt bad for his wife and kids. His wife, I don't know. I seen her speech and she looked like she might be AI. But the kids, they have nothing to do with him or his behavior, his wife's behavior. They are innocent children, so that's the messed up part. A life got taken. So that's the messed up part for me. I feel bad for the kids too, because I agree with you on that. And also, Mad got the fist up. Now let me address Chuchamara. Said, R.I.P. Charlie, he didn't deserve to be taken like that in front of his family. Again, this references the people that are victims in the situation, his family. Not Charlie Kirk himself, but his family. Now, rest in peace is a form of endearment to the dead. That doesn't mean that the person was great. Now, you may think that he was great. I don't know. But I'm saying that when I generally hear R.I.P. or whatever, however they were, settled. They made it to the other side, wherever they were supposed to go. Rest in peace. That's how I take it. So a person can look at that and agree, or a person can disagree, like, no, forget that. Nah, good riddance. And it's like, that depends on how you view things. I don't never look at somebody's life being taken and say good riddance. I'm sorry. I cannot like the person, I cannot like their views, I cannot like what they stand for, but as far as like the whole good riddance thing, and I'm glad you're dead, and uploading videos, dancing to the fact that the person's dead and singing, that's that. And personally, for me, moral wise, I can't do it. That ain't right. Not for me. Rachel Smith with exclamation points. And Shaman EST said, Chachumara, his family wasn't even there. And frankly, he did reap what he sowed. Bro was a Nazi. Hey, and again, it's a divide between people like that and people who are innocent. His family is the main focal point, and as far as feeling sorry for it, to me, I think his family is the ones that's really the ones that a person should mourn for, because regardless of how dude was, they're missing that person in their life who was a key figure in their life. So that's going to be bad regardless. So Milo, it's wild how this stuff is in every hobby now. Sports, gaming, all social media. Yes, and it's not supposed to be. Like somebody brought up an interesting picture yesterday. They said we're not supposed to have political views in sports, yet they're having a moment of silence or some type of memorial before the game for Charlie Kirk. Now remember, Colin Kaepernick took a knee. That was a religious / political thing he did, and he took a knee for the Pledge of Allegiance. They kicked him out the NFL. So it's a double standard. It's a contradiction. Again, they control the narrative. They control who they want to be fine with doing it and who they don't. And you can't treat this man, I don't care how much you liked him, you can't treat him like he's MLK. That's just unrealistic. That's not realism. You're just comparing people that you looked at as in a certain light. That's it. It's not real. Mallow said everywhere except NBA. Exactly. Charlie was about to say something about but right before he died. And that's another thing. For someone to classify blacks like that, to keep saying it like that, even if he said white sometimes, the way he said blacks and classify them like that lets me know that not only is he a stats guy, but he has no type of moral integrity. I wouldn't even refer to people in that group of color. That's colorism. I'm not going to call, hey, the white said that if they do this, then the blacks won't do this. But then the yellows, it's like, whoa, that's crazy to me. And that's my opinion. I can feel that way. It's crazy. Chuchumara said, I do think he was great. He believed in open dialogue and was murdered for it. Again, right? This is somebody that thinks that he was great. And that person should be able to say, I think, from my personal opinion, Charlie Kirk was great. And a person shouldn't get on them about that. They shouldn't be like, oh, how could you think this man was great? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, if that's that person's opinion, it is what it is. It's almost like loving a TV show nobody likes. If you're a grown man my age, and you hard, and you rap and all that, but you watch the Gilmore Girls, the Golden, then that's what you do. That's your thing. A person can't get mad at you for that. Like it's blasphemy. So if that person likes Charlie Kirk, think it was great, it is what it is. The point is, he got killed for having an opinion and for being a certain way. And that's never going to be okay. I don't care if you cuss out the Lord. You should be killed by somebody who thinks you should be killed. God will handle that person in that sense, as a believer would say. As a non-believer, they would say that they have nothing to do with it and they are entitled to their opinion regardless of consequence. So again, a person is allowed to say and feel how they want. Jimmy Netley said fatigue has something so hard, especially if it's something that's perceived as negative, you want it to be something quote unquote good, then that means you shouldn't be doing it. If you think that people should have same-sex marriages on Disney shows, then feel free to do that, but don't push it in the algorithm to where people are making it, you're trying to make people feel like it's the norm. If you have to insert that to where it's supposed to be the norm, then that means it's not the norm. It shouldn't be in commercials. It shouldn't be promoted as if it's something great or something that's positive and hey, give this a chance. This is something that's happening. That's where people get mixed up with realism. You can have realism. There are same-sex marriages with children involved in real life. It's a real thing. But when you're making it something that's supposed to be prominently like real, that's not, you're falsifying what people already know. And you know that that's not something that you would usually see in a kid's show, because that's the standard uniform American way of doing it. And then you have to realize that and understand to move forward. Otherwise, you're going to be in denial. So I think that's crazy. Rachel Smith, bro, did my comment get deleted? I doubt it, unless I didn't see it. All I saw was the exclamation point. So my guy didn't delete it, and I didn't. So I don't think you might have hit enter, Rachel. But feel free to say what you want, because this is an open platform for anybody, and I will not down anybody's opinion, because that's the whole point of it. We're all open to it and welcome to it. Jay Soap, how you doing, Jay Soap? He had some very interesting takes. In my opinion, he had some takes that were a little too far, but that's my opinion. I think that's the general opinion for people who don't know who he is. I think that's how I felt when I first started watching his videos, because I was like, he's saying things that are statistically true, but morally, I can disagree with most of it, just because of how he's addressing it. So I understand completely. I did it. So I understand completely. So I will say that, again, I agree with a lot of things with some of the things he said. And sometimes he respected the person he's talking to, and sometimes he don't, depending on what triggers they do. I know if they, oh, I bit my lip. Ow. I know if they accuse him of being a white supremacist or said anything that would sit down another race, he would definitely get offended by that. So that's something that stood out to me, where I was like, I don't know. Because it sounds like he's not confident in his wisdom. You see what I'm saying? See, I brought much untouchable, because you have an understanding of how other people feel. You know what I'm saying? I believe in God, but that doesn't mean I look down on the atheist. I was friends with an atheist in high school. I was cool with him. We were super cool. Different beliefs, but we never stepped on each other's feet, because we knew that at the end of the day, no matter how we felt about each other's opinions, we were good. So that's why I'm saying you have to understand other people to understand life. Otherwise, you're going to be this one person denial about everything. And I feel like that's how Charlie Kirk was with a lot of situations. He was in denial about a lot of real things happening everywhere, outside of his own spatial circle. You know what I'm saying? At least that's how I saw it. God bless you. Thank you, RWM Mace. Thank you so much, and thank you for hitting the like button. I appreciate you. Slam Dealer, how you doing? That's why he was there. He wasn't there to talk about things he thought were good. He was there to cause people to hate each other and disagree more strongly. And you know what? And that's why I kept seeing a lot of people say he was rage baiting, because if you are going to talk about an issue, you can't blast the issue as if it's the wrong thing. You have to address it as if it's a regular neutral idea and bring up points on why you think that it should be banned or should be applied to societal norms. You can't just say stuff like abortion is wrong off top. Just come on the campus and say abortion is wrong. You don't need to go to college. You guys are stupid for being here in college. They're scamming you. End of story. No, brother, you have to provide facts, empirical evidence, and have an understanding of why they are here and what they think. You can't be somebody that believes in God and see somebody that doesn't believe in God and be like, oh, I guess, look who's going to hell. You don't believe in God. You didn't know. You have to understand why they don't. Because usually there's a backstory. There's a reason. There's an understanding of that. So, yeah, I definitely think he went there to stir the pot because he got famous for it. To me, he got more popular with the youth because people were watching his videos for entertainment to see how he would like verbally eviscerate somebody. And sure, that might be cool, funny games at first, but that goes along the same lines of pranking people. All them prank videos, it was funny at first with people on YouTube pranking people. Then after a while, people got serious because you can't play with everybody. And some people end up getting killed over pranks. So to me, it's in the same realm. Rage baiting, that's pranking. And you can't do that with people because people will find you and do bad things to you because people be stressing. They ain't got time for you in your games. And that's all I'm saying. Maddo, Charlie was a little dangerous in my opinion, but shouldn't have died for it. But he was a high-ranking guy in that space. He was very high in the MAGA community. I didn't know he was doing all that. But yeah, I thought he was dangerous too because he could influence so many people. As you can see, he was the one that connected the youth to Trump. The bridge that was there, the gap, he's the one that really helped build that to where you have a lot of young people my age and under rooting for Trump. And we saw Trump's response to the death of Charlie Kirk. I'll just leave it there. But that was his role, and that's what he did, and he did it excellently. He executed it very well. That's why we're having situations like this now. Chuchamara says, name something he was in denial about. Okay, for example, when a black student brought to his attention how black people are systematically picked in these jobs, another form of affirmative action, DEI, basically he was saying that on average a black person doesn't just have a normal chance at doing it. And Charlie's argument was, yes you do, everybody's equal, you have to work hard to do it, there's nobody against you, there's nobody putting your application in trash, it's your fault if you didn't get hired, you're not competent. And again, there's small truths in what he said, but most of it is not, because he's going off of stats. Every time somebody challenges him when it comes to moral compensation, he brings up stats. Oh, this university hired this many black people to work in their kitchen. This university hired this many black people to work in their aircraft program. Stuff like that, to where it's like, I get what you're saying, statistically it can go that way, but realistically, that doesn't happen. You have to understand, these are the same places that will not let you graduate if you have dreadlocks. You have to cut them things off or put it up and hide them. That is what happens in real life in America. That's realism. That's an example of what I mean by being in denial. Because once you start being in denial, that's when you start feeling guilty and getting defensive, because you feel like you're part of that problem because you're not accepting the truth. And that's all that is. That's what stood out to me when I saw him arguing with two different black people, because they were telling them that it is not the same for a black person in the real world, getting hired, getting a job, getting a university, all that. But he's arguing that it is. But he doesn't go to college. His whole thing is anti-college. So how would you know? And how would you know if you're not a black man? And that's all I'm saying. It's like, the guy had a good point, and Charlie kept demoralize what he said by bringing up stats and having people clap for him for those stats. And that was never good. It was never a good outcome. You can't teach somebody or have somebody learn if you're not willing to adjust to their level of intelligence or understanding. Period. You'll never, because you'll either be looked at as somebody in denial, as a narcissist, as a Nazi, or somebody that just hates another one to do that. And to understand people, you have to see where they're at mentally to get it. You can't talk somebody off of a cliff that's going to commit suicide by not understanding why they're there in the first place. You can't just be like, hey man, don't jump, live. You're not connecting with them. You have to understand why they're there and empathize with them, because now they're like, okay, that person understands my pain. They know why I'm here. They get it. They want me to get off because they have an alternative or a solution to help me think, hey, what I'm doing here makes sense in my head now, but in the long run, in realism, it doesn't. That's how you get somebody to not make that jump. Don't just tell them that what they're doing is wrong and that they're stupid for thinking that they should jump off a cliff. That's what Charlie Kirk was doing. That was my point of what he was doing. And that's what rubbed so many people the wrong way. Matt said, LOL, someone called him the white Kevin Samuels. I mean, I can see it. Before you go on the lighter note, what did you think of Dame Dash on Breakfast Club and Adrian Broner kicked out on Cam and Mace? Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. Please, like, everybody that's here now, because I do got to get back, but everybody that's here now, please come back and, like, I don't know, please come back in, like, I don't know, like an hour or 45 minutes, something like that, because we can definitely talk about the Breakfast Club thing. That's a whole nother ball game, brother. I wish I can say it in one line, but we should do a whole live about that, and the Cameron Mace thing too. So the Dame Dash thing was crazy. I definitely want to holler at y'all about that. But yeah, let's get on that a little later on today if y'all up. If y'all not, then we can holler about it tomorrow. Either one's good with me. Chuchumaro says, bro, it sounds like feelings. Explain what you mean by that, Chuchumaro. Because if you mean like me and my feelings, it's not. I don't really have any type of actual feelings toward the man or what he feels, because I'm so used to how people are in general. I'm from the South too, so I see a lot of things and views from a different people's perspective that has you like, wow, I don't like it, but I understand why they think that way. So it's not feelings for me, but if you're referring to him, then yeah, it is feelings, because like I said, when you bring up certain points that contradict what he's saying or he can't prove, that's when he starts getting aggressive. That's when he starts getting his voice deep. That's when he starts getting angry, and you can tell. Victor E said, you speak well, brother, man. You get a like from me. Hey, thank you, Victor E. I appreciate that deeply. I do. I appreciate y'all been hanging out with me to talk about this, because it's something that not only could you not escape, but we got to talk about it. And we need a neutral opinion. Not nobody that's paid. Nobody. A neutral opinion about this, because I would want somebody to have a neutral opinion about it. I don't want people that like my channel to just start saying great things about me just because. Be honest. DJ some. DJ is this, but he does do this. I want people to be honest about me. I don't want people just laughing by my name or, mocking my name by just saying quote unquote good things just to make me look good. I don't need that. I'm a king. I want honesty. Chuchumaro said, I gotta go. Thanks for the dialogue like Charlie wanted. Thank you. And I think that's a good way to wrap things up, Chuchumaro. This is what should be happening from those things. Not nobody getting killed, but an actual healthy debate where everybody's fine. Everybody's still on good terms. Everybody's normal. Everything's good. For sure. Thank you guys for watching, man. I appreciate y'all. Robert, Maddo, everybody that hopped in, everybody that liked, everybody that subscribed, and everybody that hung out with me. I do got to go, but I will. I appreciate y'all. Night.